Welcome back to the Connect. If you're new, my name is Christian. Alongside me, we have Brian Does Whatever, Alex, and today we got a treat for you guys. We got two young entrepreneurs, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Shayla Nunez.
Ooh.
And my name is Mariah Nunez.
Drop the Instagram though.
Instagram. What's your Instagram? What's your
I
Instagram?
can't say that. Okay, Shayla Angel _
At Shayla Angel _.
and then Mimi G Nunez.
Ooh,
Right
what
there.
a week. Welcome back. It's been a crazy week. How'd you guys do?
We just did the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
I think that's something important to bring up.
Bro, did we post a picture already?
I posted it on
We
my. I
gave
don't know
away
if we posted on the Connect.
$300.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all thought we were capping or whatever,
We're not
but
capping.
we'll post a video later because I didn't post it on the Connect, did I?
No, we haven't posted on the
We
Connect
gave
yet.
away. He came and picked up his money, and
Yes, sir.
next giveaway is gonna be 1,000 followers. You'll see
Yep.
my Rolls Royce,
Mm-hmm.
and you better comment though this time.
Your dad's gonna let you borrow it?
Yeah, I love it, guys.
Okay, got it. Or we have to borrow Shayla's car though.
Her Mercedes.
Her Mercedes Benz.
Nah,
What kind of Mercedes?
My Rolls
What kind of
Royce is
Mercedes?
Go get it. It's outside park.
Oh, hey, she said you're not the valet.
She's like, "What's the valet doing here?" No, but no. Today we're gonna have a really interesting topic. It's gonna be about teen moms and entrepreneurs
Yes.
locally.
Locally.
So, okay. So the first question is, was having a kid harder than you thought, or like, yeah? Give your opinion.
Yeah, jumping right into it.
Okay, so for example, I was 18 when I had a baby, so definitely it was very hard because you're at an age where like you're like growing, you know, you're finding an adult, and then you have all that freedom, but then you have a baby, so it's like all that freedom, it's like
It's gone.
you can't have it, you know. So it's definitely harder than you would think, you know. Definitely changes your life and your mindset completely. So you just have to kind of change everything that you thought you were gonna do, but still have it in the back of your mind, you know.
Just adjusting
That's
to
fire.
that
Yeah.
new life. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was it like okay? So everybody like when you think like I could imagine like the first time you saw that you were pregnant, right? At that time, like were you thinking like, oh man, like did you think it was gonna be like hard?
Yeah, completely. you
Like
know?
or like how is it your first thought compared to like now?
Now, oh.
Yeah. Did you think it was gonna be harder than what it was? Is basically like.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I didn't know how. I feel like you're not ready to be a mother until you are.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it
Just
does.
Because everybody tells you different things,
Mhm.
but it's different when the baby's here.
Like that mother instinct,
Yeah,
kind of.
it's just different when the baby's here and everything you have to go through with the baby and
Yeah.
just yourself, you know, like after birth and everything, it hits you differently.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Shayla? What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was a mom. I became a mom when I was 17. So I was 17, turning 18. The same thing happened to me. And I think, you know, my sister was a big person to be there for me regarding, you know, the process of, you know, becoming a mom. Because the same thing happened to me, like I said. I wanted to be an adult so bad. I remember, you know, when I was 17, I was like, I'm going to leave my house. You know, I don't want to live with my mom anymore. You transition into an adult. And then, boom, you become... somebody's dependent on you, you know, and
Yeah.
that dependent on you is forever. You can't just quit and you're like, I'm not gonna be a mom.
Yeah,
anymore,
it's not-
you know?
it's
like,
not a
or your
puppy.
dad, you know,
Yeah.
you have to be a mom, and you will you'll forever be a mom. So
One of my questions, because you said like your whole plan had to change.
For
What was
both of
what
us.
was your initial plan?
I'm just like,
Going to
For ex-
Brain River, shout out Brain River, but going to Brain River, like
We both wanted to go
we
to
all went to Brain
college.
River, so it's like
Yeah.
I went to
everybody.
Bayshore.
When you're in the room,
Go
I
Bruins!
don't know.
I
When you were in the room,
Right.
everybody, the teacher would be like, "Okay, so you guys are seniors. What are you guys gonna do
Yeah.
now?" And you got all the little guys, like the guys and girls, they're all like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a nurse. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna do that." Bro, everybody I went to school with,
No.
nobody did anything they said.
But I think that period of, you know, like when you're in high school, you think
Yeah.
you want to be something, but you still have like a long process of realizing who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta go through stages, and you're like, okay, am I really this person? Am I not? So it's like you're growing along the way, you know. So at the end of your senior year, you're like, oh, I don't really
You have to get
want to
to-
be a
you have to
nurse,
get
or
to
I
know
don't wanna,
yourself.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
100%.
And still, even
That's
after
what
you
happens.
graduate, you still don't know yourself. Too. I feel like you're like 23, 24.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
You're still
You really
figuring
don't.
out, and it's okay to be still figuring out, you know, who you are. I think it
Because
takes time.
a lot of these people that are watching, we have like a young crowd, so they might still be in high school. They might have just graduated. Even if you're 2-3 years after graduation, you still don't know. It's okay to not know what you're doing in life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's okay to take a
100%.
break, because sometimes, like, for example, if your parents, you know, have the money to take you to college, you know, or maybe you're working towards that, maybe save it and see what you really want to do instead of spending, and maybe you can build a business. Maybe you can do something you truly like to do.
Ooh,
you know?
That's
glad you
fire.
said that.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
Because a lot of people, they go in debt. I know people that went in debt 60, 100,000
Ooh.
for a degree that they graduated and they
Yeah.
didn't use.
Yeah.
Also, community college. Like people, like you can go to
Don't go out of
community
state,
college
boy. What you
and
trying to
figure
do?
out who you are and what you want to do, and then go to college.
And this
you
is the-
really want to do
This is
that.
the funniest
Yeah.
thing. I have people who are like, I went to college for business and I have no idea what
Bro.
business is.
Oh,
I have clients that sit
That's
in my
so
chair
true.
and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to school to start a business." I'm like, "Wait." I was like, "You don't have to go to school to start a business."
No, you don't.
my
You just
guy."
gotta start it.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
think
"Who-"
the system is broken, and that's just something they do to.
Yeah.
it's,
To keep
it's
you
a
in the
cash
game.
Cow.
Yeah,
It's
and
bro.
I
It's
had that
money.
in the matrix,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
To
yeah.
keep you
I
in the
had that
matrix, is
mindset
that
for
what they
sure.
call it?
You can be in debt and still go get a school loan.
And hey, our parents think like that.
Yeah, I had that
Like,
mindset. That
Both
mindset
of our
for sure.
parents.
I think that's
have
just
went
Hispanic
to
parents in
university,
general.
They have, a degree,
degree.
and they don't even do what they study.
Your parents went to college?
Both of them, they went to the university, they graduated, they have
But in
multiple
Mexico,
careers.
yeah.
Oh, in Mexico.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Mexico, got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang,
and they have
that's true.
careers, and they.
Well, even if you have that career in Mexico, bro, it's nothing compared to what you make over
Correct.
here.
That is true.
100%.
Yeah.
And you can't even bring that degree here.
You
have
can't.
to
You have
That's
to
a
like
sucky
research.
You have to
thing.
redo everything.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just starting all over here.
Because it's funny that you say that point because I've talked to multiple people who like they don't know what to do like after like they graduate high school because their parents tell them graduate high school,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate especially for like Hispanic parents who only graduate like or even never graduated high school or never went to college. So the only thing they know is like you got to finish school and then okay, mom, dad, I finished school, now what? And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, because they personally never reached past that point.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for them to teach you something that they've never done themselves.
Yeah, but they definitely want us to succeed.
For sure,
more
yeah,
than
for
they
sure.
did. But I had that mindset too. Like after school, like I had to apply to colleges. I got into colleges, but then I got pregnant, so my whole thing had to change. You know?
Wow.
So that's where it comes from, like you have that mindset of like, oh, after high school you go to college, you apply to colleges, and you got to do that. But as a teen mom, and then completely changed for me.
So let me ask you this regarding talking about because you were saying something like like you had a plan and then after you had your kid it was just
Yeah.
postpartum depression.
Oh.
How like and I want you to emphasize how real that is because I think a lot of people don't understand like just speak on it, postpartum depression. Just
Well, I mean, it helped me a lot to see like my sister being a teen mom. It helped me a lot having her mindset of what she went through, but we went through completely different pregnancies. I think I was in a different part of my life because after high school I was like already was gonna apply to colleges and everything. So I got pregnant, and I had the baby and everything, and it hit me so hard.
really.
Like for me, I remember being like the first months, like for 6 months, I was just home depressed with the baby.
Oh
She was
my
already
God.
accepted into college.
Yeah,
so
I was
she wanted to go
accepted
to
into
Miami.
college. I was gonna go to Miami, and then I got pregnant, and just everything changed for me. So I had to like, it hit me really hard after I
Yeah.
had the baby.
Talk about like how you felt because I feel like a lot of like teen moms that are going through that right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, like kind of
Like advice.
Yeah,
Advice on them, 'cause
advice
I-
on that.
Yeah, I mean,
I think-
first know that you're gonna get out of there,
And you're
you're
not
not
alone.
always gonna feel like that, and and second of all, like just do more stuff for yourself. I know that it might be hard, but just being at home, even if you're just at home with the baby, try to get ready by yourself when the baby's sleeping. Just try to do something for yourself, like. Because it's those little things do like help you as
Yeah.
yourself, because it's so hard just losing that part of yourself, because you're kind of mourning the person that you used to be before the baby.
Of course,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so hard after you have the baby. You're like, this is your responsibility. Like, this is all you, and like it's hard, But you can get back up, and it's so important
Yeah.
to know that you're not gonna be there forever.
Because it's not only that, right? It's having the baby. It's you having to change your life completely.
Yeah.
You have a big responsibility. Not only that, your body changes.
100%.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Like your body changes.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel like yourself. You
No,
don't feel
you
like you're
really
in your
don't.
skin. If
Yeah.
You guys,
Wow.
you guys don't feel like that because it's not your
Yeah.
body that goes through a transition.
Yeah.
You see from month to
Yeah.
month something's going on. Your hormones are going off. You don't feel like you're the same person anymore. You don't want the
No.
same thing. You don't even know what you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not your body anymore.
It's
to be
crazy.
It's like you're creating a human there.
And
So-
you know what? Let me ask you guys this. So obviously, what if you guys could tell us
honest. Yeah.
when you found out? Can you tell us like, oh my god, like what was that experience of like? You just
Yeah.
find out like
You're
like,
looking
think
at the
about it.
pregnancy test. You're like,
Boom.
What like what
are
you
you
guys think?
excited?
First
are
initial
you
thought.
upset? Are you like, damn, the birth control didn't work? Or like what are you
Funny
thinking?
story.
What am I gonna tell my mom?
What am I gonna
And
tell
then
my
you can go
mom?
first.
That
I think we both have different
Initial
experiences.
thought.
So Shayla can go first, and then I'll give mine.
Go ahead, Shayla.
crazier
Go ahead,
story.
Shayla. Go ahead.
My story is a little bit very private. How I really found out I was pregnant. But
Yeah.
I guess that's another story. But I was so young, so I was 17, and I was in a place where I didn't want to be. So it was It was very complicated. I think the only reason why I went with the pregnancy, was because I had a lot of support from my mother.
Okay.
Right.
And from my mother-in-law at the time, so they both supported me. They were like, you can do it, and I think I was in a very dark place at that time. Regardless, when I was that age, I went through like a big wave of a lot of things that was going on with myself.
Yeah.
So my baby came to change my life.
Wow.
It changed my entire life, So it was a good thing, It's a blessing. When people say it's a blessing, it's literally a blessing, For me, it did. And I think my family noticed, So I went along with it. And even if at that time, the father of my baby didn't want to have to do anything with it, I still had, that I'm going to do it.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to be by myself. I don't care what you think, and I'm going to do it regardless, because I know how to work. I'm not scared of working, and I'm going to do this with my baby. Like, I think that was my mindset at that time. So
Wow.
I felt brave,
Shout
Oh,
out,
wow.
shout out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's
Well, shout out to Barinka, my mom, to be honest, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, we got
shit.
the best
Always
grandma.
being supportive, like whatever
mother.
happened through our stages of teenager and everything.
sure.
Like she was there
It's
through everything.
it's funny you said that, because like, and especially in our culture, like in the Hispanic culture,
It's- yeah.
whenever you get pregnant, like, I mean, I seen it. Whenever a girl gets pregnant, they're like, "Sabes qué? We're gonna kick you out, or you
Yeah.
gotta go live with him, or he
Yeah.
has to be responsible." So for you to say that, that's pretty cool. Shout out to your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
for sure.
And she was alone too, because we don't have our dad there. So
Oh, wow.
she was there with us the whole time, And like for my story, when I found out I was pregnant, I remember just hysterically crying. Like it was just hard to know, like, when you're carrying somebody inside of you, like it's something like.
That was your first initial, like you just broke down?
Cried, yeah, just
Wow.
cried. I wasn't sure like what I was feeling, if I was happy, sad, whatever. You just cry. I just cried, because like it's just something that's changing your life.
Wow.
100%.
And
A
it's there
blessing.
forever. It's not like,
forever.
like
It's
you
not
can't
like-
return
you
it
can
to the
just
store.
Hold on, I don't know about that. Till 18, then they
Yeah.
could go away. So I don't know if it's forever.
No, but my
Shame.
mom had definitely helped me like calm down and be like, this next step of my life, like I'm not alone.
Good.
But yeah.
So having your parents there was like, it was
It
really
was
like a
huge.
Yeah,
good
having her
help.
mom there, because like
Yeah.
once I gave birth,
And each other, I
come
feel
on,
like.
and each
Yeah.
other. She's a big help, She
Aw.
the diaper. She's an all time.
She was she was meant to be a mom.
So what?
Super good. I
She was
like,
ready. She's prepared.
Mom, what do I do with this? Like my baby was like 6 pounds. I'm like,
I
what
would
do I
just
do?
grab
My
her.
mom would shower her. My mom taught me
Yeah.
everything. I was like, I don't even know how to change a diaper.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I was the type
Yeah,
of
you were
girl that I was like,
17.
Yeah, you
No,
were a kid.
Yeah, you were a kid having a kid.
kid
I
having-
never.
That is a
hey,
kid
can
having
we
Kid having a
be
kid.
honest here? I never wanted to have kids. I was
You
my
didn't?
Wow, yeah, hey.
No, I didn't. I was like the type of girl to always, I'm never gonna have kids. I'm never gonna have
Yeah.
kids. And then now I see them, I can't even live without them. Like I
Wow.
love them so much because they're
Yeah.
part of you. So.
So let me ask you guys this, because you just touched on that. Do you think if you would have been taught more about sex, you wouldn't have had kids, or do you think like?
Oh my god, that's
Go
a
ahead,
great
go ahead, go
question.
ahead.
Because I
That's
feel like Mexicans,
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say
his
that.
I don't know about because I'm Mexican.
No.
Shout out Mexicans.
Shout out to
But
Shout out
it's like
Mexicans.
Mexicans.
What else in Alabama?
My mom never taught me anything about sex.
No, I don't
My
know
dad never
why.
taught me
Yeah.
anything about sex. My mom actually never wanted me to have a girlfriend. I was like 15. She's like, "Oh, you can't have a girlfriend."
Oh my
She's like, "You gonna get her pregnant?" I was like, "All right, bet."
Oh
So-
my god.
No, but I do think funny that you said that, because that's what I think too. Hispanics are so like straight in, like,
Taboo.
yeah, you try to talk to them and it's like for them
It's
like
very
no,
hard.
like no, you can't. That's
Yeah.
not what something you should even think about.
And
Like,
like
why would you even be having that?
American
Yeah.
people, I've encountered where like if you get pregnant, you're having an abortion. Like American people, like that are
Yeah.
more established in America, they'll be like, "Yeah, you're just having an abortion." I'm like, "Damn." You guys
And not
like
only that too,
easily?
like
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of girls too that I've like known, like their parents would be like, oh, you're like, I don't know what it is, and it's another thing too, like communication with your parents too, because I don't know how much that could change too,
Yeah.
because I feel like if it's tough, because I feel like if you had more communication with your parents and say, hey, I'm having sex, I've noticed in the American culture, they're like, okay, you're having sex, we'll put you on birth control,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like
I'll share something because, like, for sure, like, we talked to Shayla about it a lot. Like, my mom, like, I wish she communicated with us when we were more teenager. And I
Right.
talk to my mom about it now that I'm older, and I tell her, and she's like, yeah, I wish I did too. But like I was telling Shayla that I remember asking my mom about birth control and all of that, and she just shut me down completely.
wow, what did she say? If you don't mind, if you don't mind,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
there's girls out there who are like, who are having sex
in the
you
same
know,
position that you
in the same
were
posi-
in,
and their mom is just
they're
like,
in it right now.
yeah.
I mean, I remember being 17 and I asked her about if I could get birth control, if I could start, or like to tell me about it. And I remember she just shut me down completely and say, "What would you even ask me that? If you're having sex, like if that's just if you have sex, like no, we should not even talk about that." And I remember like
Yeah.
1 year later, I got pregnant.
Wow.
So it's like, you know, those kind of things. Like I wish you would
Consequences.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I would have known more about it, so I could have been prepared. You know.
And what could you say to the girls? Like, for an example, right? Like you just said, you're trying to talk to your mom. She's like, no, you shouldn't even be having sex in the first place. But let's all be honest here. Let's attack the elephant in the room. We're gonna have sex.
No, we're not. Abstinence is the key.
No, and as much as sometimes we want to be you know what I'm saying?
Teenagers are horny.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Oops.
So what are some
Cut that out.
what's some advice to some girls that like 17, she just started having sex, she doesn't want kids, you know, obviously because she's young. What's some advice that you could give them that you feel like your
Well, I
parents?
think right now you can go to a clinic
Yeah.
being 15, 16, and kind of ask for birth control. I think it's
Oh,
fair
wow.
right now.
Parenthood, you can go. You
You don't have to go with a
be-
parent?
No, not
Oh,
anymore.
wow.
What?
In Parenthood, you can go and be 16, 17, and they can talk to you about birth control, all of that, and even the pills and all of that.
How
Even
important
guys,
is that?
condoms, everything.
It's very important because if you don't have, like, if you have Spanish, I mean, it seems like, you
For
know,
sure.
Hispanic
Yeah, yeah,
parents,
yeah, yeah.
you
I'm
know, they're
Colombian,
not
so-
as educated, I guess, in the topic, or maybe they
Yeah.
might be afraid
Yeah.
to open that door. But for me, it was the same thing.
Dude.
You know, we have the same mother,
Yeah.
so I had to get birth control from a friend.
Oh,
You
shit.
know,
Oh,
because-
wow.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
friend used to get it for me, and I didn't even know how to use it the right way.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's why I got
Wait,
pregnant.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You use it
There's
the
a
wrong
right
way
way to
or
use
the
it.
right way?
Because
What's the?
there's
There's
Times.
times. You got to take
It's
the
a
pill
pill.
the same time every single
Oh,
time.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Every
If you
day?
miss
I
didn't know.
it, take
Yeah.
it the
Something
wrong
goes wrong.
time.
Yo, what about the patch? Like, does that
They
work?
have
There's
the-
many things now.
What are
but,
different
you know,
types of birth control that
so
you
we
can
have
tell?
pills. We have this little thing that goes in the arm. It's like what would you call it?
You're talking to a 17-year-old
IUI?
girl who has no idea.
Yeah, like something that goes in your arm.
IUD.
They put it in, and then they also have something that goes inside you, and it's something for 5 to 10 years.
UTI?
I have
Oh,
one.
is it UTI or you?
No, UTI is bad.
That's getting clipped. That's getting clipped.
UTI. That's an infection.
Holy
Please don't
shit,
try
that's
that.
getting clipped.
IUD.
Oh
So
my
I have
God.
an IUD, which is
IUD.
called Marina. So that I had that for 5 years.
IUD, not
You
UTI, IUD.
So for 5 years.
For 5 years or
if-
10.
and let's say like
Or 10? How do you choose?
The doctor will talk to you about it.
I mean, it's up to you, like your partner. Like,
10
do you guys wanna
years.
have kids in 10 years? Do you guys
What
not
if we
wanna have
do?
kids
I
in
mean,
10
like-
years?
Hey,
You
I
guys
mean,
talk
the
about
guys
it.
should get on something. I
Yeah.
believe because
Yo,
the women already go
I-
through
bro,
enough
I had a
things
client-
with
Resemble-
hormones, birth control. So I think you guys should start.
I think isn't there guy birth control?
flexible on getting
it's
birth
not.
control
It's not
as
guy
well.
birth control, but
There
this guy.
is.
Is
There's
there
a-
now?
There is. There's like a
wow.
pill.
What?
There is
There's a
something that
pill.
they
No
can get
way.
now.
They
Yo,
just,
drop
it just.
Shut up.
It's recent, you know.
City
but-
boys.
No, but I had a client the other day. He came in and he was telling us how he got I don't know, something got snipped.
Oh,
Yeah, oh yeah,
no.
yep. You can get a vasectomy.
That's
Well, you
what
can
you call-
reverse it.
Yes, so he
Yes.
was
What?
saying,
Reverse
but,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
you can.
Yeah.
But he said it hurts.
Bro.
Yeah,
He said
did.
it hurts.
Well, you can't do nothing for like I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks, like straight. Like it's sore. I mean, obviously it's
Oh, you
like
can't wait for
surgery.
2 to
I
3
mean,
weeks?
come on, but if you want to be responsible and you want to take care
And
of your
hey,
girl,
guys,
it's worth
yeah.
it.
And
That is
guys,
true.
You guys are not pushing the baby out.
That's
You guys
true.
don't know the pain.
Okay, but we're dealing with you girls.
Verga!
And the baby now.
And
Yeah.
the
And
baby
the diapers.
for like.
That's getting
Are diapers
clipped.
expensive? How much are diapers?
$40 at
Or-
least.
yeah.
For damn, she's like the
How many
good guy.
diapers? Like how many times? How many?
Come
how
on,
many
you buy
times-
diapers from the baby since it's born or she's born.
Yeah.
It's 3
Until like
years
they're like
old.
3, 4.
How much does a box last you?
When they're newborns, you're going through boxes like this.
She's like, I've been waiting to talk about this shit because
She's
I'm
like the recyclers. Do you mean?
Who the fuck is making diapers so goddamn fucking expensive? And
They really, it's a necessity.
It is, it's
It
sad.
a necessity. Yeah.
But it's a
sad.
luxury though, because you know what? I talked to my mom, and she was saying that like when she was growing up, they only had like a cloth that they would wash.
Exactly.
Can you believe that?
Really?
My mom would say that too.
She'd be like, we had a cloth, we
They
had to
would wash
wash it.
I know somebody who's who can buy diapers now and they'd rather do that. 'Cause
Really?
It's better for the baby. So I was like,
Is it really?
There's
better
a
for the
lot
baby?
of stuff that they
really
say.
better for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Not
stuff
for
they
me,
say.
not for-
It's better for the baby.
Yeah.
It's for my
Yeah.
pockets, boy. Who playing?
It's good for my pockets.
So no, okay, so you said your mom was there to help you guys out, but what if your mom isn't there to help you out? What would you give an advice to a girl out there who's watching, who their mom and their dad, bro, especially dads, like I would,
Yeah.
I would not want to know my. I don't know. It's just weird. Like
If
I
my
don't
girl
know,
had a
like,
kid, I would kick her out.
Actually, there's
Really?
a lot
No,
of
wait.
places.
What did you just say?
No,
Can we talk about that?
Wait,
No, I would
what?
support her. If my
Yeah,
girl
what?
had,
Oh, yeah.
if my girl had a daughter, I would support her.
Me too. Like, and I don't know if it's just because of the new generation or what, but if I had a daughter and she had a kid, I love my daughter so much that I would support
Shayla's
her.
like, I know he don't
'cause
want
that's
it.
like her mental health too.
Yeah, and we understand that more too now.
Of course.
So I feel like now as our generations just,
I guess.
our past generation fucks up a lot. So it's like we learn from the mistakes.
Yeah,
And I feel
agree
like
with that.
I'm talking to my daughter about sex. as hard as it is.
I mean,
Hey,
Break those
you know what?
generational
There are
Yeah, we-
I'll
other
talk to her, but
generational
I'll just be like, don't do it right now. Like, look who you do it. I don't know. I just can't have that.
What if she
You can
does?
educate her.
You can
on
I'll be
educate
how
like,
to take
make
care
sure
of
he has
herself.
money or something. Don't
Yeah.
go with like some
Same.
bummy
Same.
dude. Like,
I'm gonna say look for somebody who has money. That's it. That's
because-
the one thing.
Verga.
The best, no, the best thing to do if you want to do that is build her self-confidence. That way
How?
she would
How?
never,
she knows how to value
she
herself
knows
as
how
a
to
woman.
value herself when she won't
It's
do
very
it
true.
like that.
I
It's
knew
true.
exactly what she was gonna say.
It's very true.
How do you do that? How do you do that? If
Yeah.
you can tell the girls, how do you do that?
Yeah,
to
I
value
mean,
themselves.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, you
How do
can't
you start?
because you can't really love anybody unless you
love
love
yourself.
yourself.
That's
Like, you gotta see-
Say that. Hold on. Say that again.
You can't love anybody unless you love yourself.
Oh my god, that is so.
And like,
That's
I
so
think for
important.
us, it was a big thing to learn. I had to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, I have insecurities, I still do, and it's something that you deal with on a daily basis, but you gotta learn to love yourself because nobody's gonna love you more than yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta put yourself as well, first in a position because if you're not okay, nobody is gonna be okay around you, especially your kids,
Yep.
your partner, your family. So I think it's something very important.
yeah, and it can take care of yourself, or like being confident can be as little as just getting ready, as telling yourself, telling your daughter how beautiful she is, how
Yep.
this, how like her, how smart
Smart.
she is. Little things like that can build her confidence. Where like any boy that's trying to smart her,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I've
smart
heard
her.
like what
Yeah,
is-
yeah,
heard that,
yeah.
like,
Hey,
that's
beautiful.
something.
Like, I hear
And
that
I
at
think we
home.
practice
It's
that a
not
lot
nothing.
It's
for our
like-
kids.
That's
We
good,
really
though,
do,
that's
'cause
good.
every time that I pick up my daughter, I'm like, "Hi, baby. How was your day? How did you do? How are your
cool.
friends? You
Yeah.
look beautiful. Look at that hair.
Ooh.
And like she's like, she thinks
Yeah.
she's a star.
That's
So-
smart. That's
because
smart.
she
Yeah.
built her own beauty.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, because
that's
like
what
being
I mean,
Hispanic,
like-
I've never heard any of my aunts or anything like they say a
No,
couple
yeah.
things, but like keep pressuring it on and building their confidence. Like I wish my dad would tell me. I was like, damn,
Yo.
boy, you look good.
Check this out. Check this out. You know Mexican dads or Mexican parents, well, mainly dads, are the worst to build your confidence.
Bro.
Because bro,
He's like,
growing
"You
up,
look fat."
look, let me tell you.
bro.
Let
They're
me
so
tell you this.
hard.
Let me
That is not like
let me
No,
tell you
yeah.
this. Right? I remember vividly.
on
Hold on.
girls. He's talking about himself.
On guys. Let me tell you this vividly. How about I was in Lakewood Ranch. I was like a freshman year. I was getting
Yeah.
ready to like go out try out for soccer. Boy, I was out there like in my house, kind of like practicing without my shirt off. How about my dad comes out and he's like, "¿A qué hora te vas a meter, puerco?" Bro, I was like, bro. So then from there on, they just like, because in the Mexican way, I
Yeah.
think they
They're
give
very,
you a
like-
nickname,
They're trying
but
to
very
tough you
rude.
out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bro, I have a cousin we call Gordo.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
They
saying.
don't tough you out, but it's not the right way.
Yeah.
Of doing it. What was my nickname? Gorda.
You see what I'm saying?
That's cat.
Because I
Are
was
you
fat when I
serious?
was little.
Yes.
But-
Put Mimi's picture right now. I'll send it to you.
No.
We gotta add,
Hey, you
hey,
better
we gotta
show
add
us
the picture.
right
We gotta
here.
add the picture.
Right here. It's right here. It's right here. Look.
We need a picture. We
Was
need
she
a picture.
Gordo or was she not? Like,
Yeah.
No, but yo, this just in. One of my favorite friends just sent me this. DeSantis proposes permanent tax exemptions on baby necessities, including strollers and cribs.
Oh, well,
Zoom
let's
in.
go.
What?
Zoom in if you see it right now.
Well,
I don't know,
Say it again
but
clearly.
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
All right, whatever.
DeSantis.
Our
The
next
governor
president?
proposes
The governor.
permanent tax exemptions on baby necessities, including strollers and cribs. Zoom in.
Wow.
But I mean, he proposes. It doesn't mean it's
That it's
gonna go
going
through.
It has to go through.
They
bro.
have to vote
Hopefully.
it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Vote for it.
Small
Hold on,
victory, small
Shayla was
victories.
gonna say something. Shayla
No, I
was
think
gonna-
regardless, here in the United States,
Yeah.
it's a big difference to have a baby than in another country because they do help you a lot.
Yeah.
Even if you're a single mother, there's places that you can get help. There's places that you can get cribs. There's places that you can get
Really?
clothes that is used.
You just have to
there's one
look.
that's in
Yeah.
Sarasota. There's one
You
that's
just
called
have to
Motherhood.
Motherhood.
Motherhood in Sarasota.
Yeah.
It's a place that they give you used clothes that is in great condition. They give you baby seats. They
Wow.
give you cribs.
Yeah.
And the girls just have to go and ask, and they don't. If they don't have anything, they'll bring it for you.
Yeah.
So and it's
No way. I
Yeah,
had
so a
no
lot of
bring it
teenage
to you?
girls who might not know, like, where
That's
to
a
go.
great help.
Is there a website or is there like?
Yeah,
look
yeah,
up
say the
online.
website, say the website.
Motherhood.
Motherhood.
Sarasota.
Motherhood.com, Sarasota.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
You know,
Go
you know
ahead.
what's so crazy? Sorry, but talking about that, you're right, because I was in Mexico in May, and it's so crazy because like you see the kids growing up, and you
Oh my
you
God.
definitely tell like poverty, like it's bad out there.
It's a
Like
big-
you're
it's
right,
different.
very
It's
very.
completely different. Where
Yeah.
you got a little 6-year-old kid selling you candy.
I was gonna say that in the
Yeah.
streets, you know, they're cleaning your windows.
There's
like,
no
I
excuse
know.
over there.
When I remember being 18 I'm 18. I remember being 8 years old going to Mexico, and I remember this guy, like people just like cleaning your window. Like you're at a stoplight, they come up to your windshield, and they clean it, and then they come up to you and they just ask for money. I'm like, I didn't ask for my windshield to
They
be clean.
just jump on your car.
Yeah,
And start doing it.
but it's
yeah.
but on that topic, as far as like being able to go to like what is it? What was the website again?
motherhood.com.
Motherhood.com. Another thing too is that I feel like a lot of my mom used to do it growing up because you know we were kind of less fortunate. There's a lot of churches too that give you free food.
Yes, and that's so true.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of like resources out there, whether you get free food, free like stuff like for kids and stuff like that. That I think I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there to help you guys.
Yeah, we're just not. They're not. You don't educate them on that. So, like,
Yeah.
you just gotta look for it though. Like if you look online, like you'll find something that will help you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Just
And-
a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah,
No.
and let me ask you this, because this is a very important question. And you guys can probably give advice to girls out there. What's the one thing you as women can do, especially like as young moms can do, so you guys don't depend on a man? Because I feel like sometimes a lot of women out there, like because they become like the housewife and they depend on a man.
What? Not only that, but she said that her first baby's
Go
dad didn't really want to be there for the baby, correct? So
That's right.
just give advice, because I'm pretty sure you're not the only one. There's
You're
multiple
not.
women out there who
You're
their baby
not.
daddy's like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me $500 for the abortion. You know.
What?
And she was
Wait,
she
wait,
was
wait,
eating
wait,
she was
wait,
she was
wait.
eating steak with the $500. She's like, I ain't having an abortion.
I was like, I'll take that. But
She's like, I'm taking the
Wait,
$500.
speak on that. Hold on, wait. So he
Damn.
gave you $500 for the?
Yeah, he went to my job, and it was like yesterday, and he gave me $500, and I was like, I'll keep that, but I'm having the baby. Like,
Oh,
you gotta
shit.
go.
Smart.
You told him
That's
that?
smart.
You told him that?
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Goofy?
And I was like, cause he,
Are you dumb
no,
to
it
dumb?
was-
Are you
it was
dumb
like
dumb?
Something that he was like, okay, is it the baby or me? I was like,
What?
you know.
Are you
the baby.
serious?
He dead ass said it's either
like,
the
yo,
baby or
You
me.
better put him on child support. Do you have him child support?
He did, like,
What?
I don't
mean,
give a
no,
fuck if he sees this, bro.
I'm mad.
No names,
No
but
names.
I don't
no
give
names,
a
but
fuck.
I'm mad.
No,
That's
but it was
crazy.
something that I was like, damn, okay, if it's gonna be like this, then you know, I'm by myself. I'm better, you know, and the baby is a blessing regardless. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, no.
okay,
That's crazy. Holy crap. But
Yeah.
I've always seen that on the internet. Like, yo, I gave her $50 for the Plan B, but she's eating Applebee's. Like,
Yo, that was Shayla.
why not
That was
imagine
Shayla.
10 times that? She was eating steak and everything.
Yeah,
Damn,
it's like
that's crazy, though.
$500.
You know,
Like, what am I gonna do
But
with
no,
it?
but give them advice. Like, what should they do? Because I mean, you guys are empower that. Like, you don't need a man in your life to be able to raise a baby.
100%.
I think a man, once you know your worth and that you can, I heard this so many times, and it's something that it became mine, because once you can eat in a table by yourself and you know how much you're worth, then nothing else matters. You know?
Once
Like,
you can
if
eat
you're
at a
capable
table
of-
by yourself,
yeah,
nothing
if you're
else
capable
matters.
of paying your own bills, then
Wow.
why are you here for? You know, like you're just a plus. Like you are an asset to his life. You know, like
If
I
you're
see
not
it this
bringing
way, you know?
nothing to the table, then you know.
Oh my god.
Facts.
Wow.
You guys talked about being teen moms and everything, so that's really good. And I've wanted to watch podcasts on like people talking about like teen moms and like birth control and all that. But now let's get into what you guys really do.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what you guys do for a living?
Yeah.
Like,
High value women.
One by one, one by one.
You
Me?
go first. 'cause I
Okay.
have a-
So I'm a realtor, so I've had my real estate license since January of this year. So it's
shit.
been
Oh, wow.
10 months. Yeah, 10 months since
yep.
I've been a realtor. And I also do like part-time, I do like property management. So I manage vacation homes. And the only reason I kept that was because I just want to keep learning about vacation properties, because eventually I want to be able to own some, you know?
Oh hell yeah.
damn.
Yeah. So that's basically what I do right now. But yeah.
What does Shayla do? What does Shayla do?
Okay, so I do a couple things. I'm a believer that you put your eggs, you know, in different baskets, 100%. So I just started doing Amazon FBA.
Oh,
so I'm bringing
shit.
products from actually Ecuador, you know, to the United States, and we're reselling them in Amazon, in an Amazon store. You can also do it from like Alibaba, which they're very cheap to do, you
That's
know.
me,
And I
that's me.
think
I'm
nowadays,
Chinese.
you know, you can do everything because everything is online. Everything's on YouTube. You
Everything.
can get taught by everyone that's doing this already, and they have a system, and they're succeeding from YouTube or TikTok
So-
or any type of social media.
You're talking about businesses to start online, right? Because that's the way to
100%,
go.
you know, and then, well, I also, I'm investing with my sister, you know, we have future plans about investing in Airbnb homes.
Oh wow.
Just real estate in general. It's, you know.
Real estate in general
I
is
think
important.
the
Yeah.
main thing that we are focused on is that we want to have residual income in our lives.
Financial freedom.
I don't know if you
Oh.
guys.
Woo. Oh my
Residual
god.
Talk to
income
you.
is
That is
something
so
will come to
important.
you regardless. You're sleeping and you're making money.
That's
And that's the goal.
You wake up, you just made $1,000.
100%.
Yeah.
Amazon FBA gives you that. You know, having properties,
Land.
you never go back, like wrong with having properties.
Properties
Those
are always gonna go.
assets.
Yeah,
People need-
land
people need places to live.
never loses value.
You know what? Also, if you have parents,
Yeah. Do you believe
My
it?
parents gave me-
No. To be honest, because like if you have my parents, I mean, they're good. They own their house. They have no bills. Honestly, they're just like electricity and water. Do you believe having good parents in a good position helps you?
100%. It helps you for a good start. You know, if your parents are well off, they can help you invest in what really matters. They can help you invest in stocks. They can open a trust fund. They can help you,
Ooh.
you know, invest in different things. You know, open your own business, because nowadays what I was telling them is that you can open a business from a price of an iPhone. You know,
Yes.
Come on, you
Wow.
guys.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
we are in a different. We're in a different century
Oh,
now. So
Speak on that. So, for an example, like, okay, you're talking to your younger self who just, you know, like you said, you're 17 years old, you just had a kid, or even if they don't have a kid, maybe they don't know and their parents haven't taught them. What are some businesses that some young girls can get into?
I think right now, anything that you like to do and you have a talent to do, it's valuable. Because, like, come on, I don't even, with my sister, I see that, you know, she can do hair, she can do makeup.
You can
know?
do hair?
She can do nails.
You do
like,
hair?
I don't do any of that, you know, I only sell. But she can do everything. And now, you know, the girls here are so talented about doing lashes. And, you know,
Yep.
it takes
Yeah.
patience, come on, you know. Lashes, hair, makeup,
Yeah.
dressing up. You can do anything.
And there's a lot of
else.
money in that.
You make your
Oh,
side
yeah.
hustle something that is
Birthday
consistent.
pictures, graduation,
And most
weddings.
people don't think like that. Like, even if you have a part-time job, you can do your part-time job, but when you get out, you work on your goal. You
Yes.
work on what you actually want to
you
do.
know?
Yes.
You know,
yes,
that's why
yes.
I say
my
you
God.
work 24 hours a day, because you get home and you work on the goal that you actually want to.
That
Where
hustle.
you want to be. You're the hustle that you
That
want.
hustle.
That's
yeah,
what's
for
up.
sure.
And most people don't think like, oh, it's I can't own a business and that, like makeup, whatever. Like,
And I think
if-
nowadays there's no excuse for
There's
that.
no excuse. Like, whatever you like making cakes. Make cakes until one day maybe you're making cakes for a celebrity, like a celebrity. Like, you never know where you're like what you like to do can make money. You just gotta find a way, you know.
And I mean, with social media, you know?
Yeah,
we
it's
talked about
huge.
social
Bro,
media.
social media is
TikTok,
so big right
Instagram,
now. Yeah.
Facebook,
It's free advertisement.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
everything. You know, you keep going, and you know.
And
you
let's
get
be
yourself
honest, if you're
consistent,
yeah,
like you guys, you know, get
Yeah.
yourself consistent to the point that everybody's, you know.
and let's be
getting
honest,
that
if you're a
attention.
beautiful woman and you got like X amount of followers or whatever, it's like just free advertisement. All you have to do is just fucking just put your shit out there.
And you know what's something crazy that's even simple. It's not even a business, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you have, like you said, if you're a girl out there and you have a huge following, there's people that are paying for you like an ad. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll pay you $20 if you promote this, or if you
We're
promote
paying.
that. Yeah, we're paying.
We're
so
definitely paying. If you
we're
make-
looking for some people, whoever has followers.
If you have over 1,000 views on any of your stories, Snapchat, Instagram, anything,
But it's
hit
easy.
us
But
up.
that's what I'm saying. Look, we're gonna have to talk to Shayla about this. But it's easy
Shayla's
money.
like, yo,
Like that.
she's like, I'm on here for free. Like,
I know. We're gonna pay.
I'm doing a good deed.
Yeah, for
You'd be
sure.
surprised, like some ambassadors be like, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. Like,
Oh.
if you're posting
Really?
like
If you're
daily,
consistent.
yeah, you can even DM them, be like, hey, if I buy your product, can I post it? And can you post me? And you start building a relationship with that business.
Yeah.
And
So it
that's
can be anybody. You have
100% true.
500 followers. Who cares? Just DM
If
that.
you're consistent posting.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
We're you know what, we're actually gonna have our Shayla's gonna be our what is it called, ambassador. Because I know she's working on some deals, so she's gonna be our ambassador.
So, what are some good traits to be as like successful entrepreneur? Like, when you wake up, what's the first thing you're doing? Like, should people write down their goals? What should
Yes.
people do to be successful
Yeah.
A successful woman.
in the entrepreneurship world?
Mentality is everything.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
self-investment. Like, you wake up, what are you gonna, like, they always say, like, the first 30 minutes when you wake up, like, write, like me, I'm a paper girl. I like to write down what I'm going to do for the day. I'm going to read 30 pages of my book today. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to go see 3 houses today. I'm going to go see this. And then I go and check them throughout the day. It makes me feel like, oh, I got things done.
Hold on.
know?
You said read a
Let's keep
book.
it in
You said
agenda.
30 pages in your book. What book are you reading?
Right now, I'm finishing The Magic of Thinking Big.
Ooh, that's a fat
Imagine-
one.
I'm in chapter
Right here.
13. I'm almost
That's some
done.
fucking
Have
knowledge.
you ever read 48 Laws of Power?
No, I have not.
It's a powerful book.
Have you read it?
No, I gotta recommend it multiple times.
You
but it's
should.
A powerful book.
There's
I heard.
if you read, bro, it's I haven't read it.
Yeah, that's
but
our
but
to-do.
no, no, no.
recommend it, though.
But
Let me know,
I
yeah.
recommend it to my client, and bro, it's crazy. My
You know-
16-year-old client, he read it, and the way he just carries himself,
It's different.
he's like, bro, thank you for that book. He's like, I'm different now.
You know what? You know what?
What book is this?
Let's
Like,
agree.
wait, I gotta read it.
Let's
I
agree.
have to read
I'm
that.
like,
Let's agree
do you
to
have
read
it?
it.
Do you have it?
Read it to you. No,
Do you
no.
have it, Brian? Do you have
Let's
it?
agree
I
to
have
read
the
it.
book.
Can
I
you
have
give
the
it to
book
me?
at the house.
All
But-
right, let's
I'll read
agree
it.
to read it then.
No,
Let's
no,
agree to
no,
read
we
it.
should, we should.
We're
But
gonna do
Yeah.
We're gonna read a reading group.
session now.
But no, that's a good
Let's read it.
trait
Let's
to do, to read books.
Yes.
Get put your phone
That's what I'm
away,
saying,
lock it up,
self-investment.
bro. Cause like, bro,
Yeah.
no cap, phones they take a lot
Oh
of your
my
time.
god, I could literally talk an hour
They
about that
shouldn't
shit.
even
In the
call
morning,
phones.
yeah.
They're addiction. That's
Yeah.
what
It is an
Some
addiction.
people don't know how to breathe without them.
So our
No.
phones the new, like, our phone's the new drug. Is that kind of what it is?
Hey, that's
It
what
is,
should
bro.
be a topic.
It is.
Because it is.
That
you're
alone.
doing something and I don't know what.
It's
oh,
not should.
Instagram.
It's not should be a topic. It is a
Okay,
topic.
whatever.
Talk
It is
about
a
it.
topic.
Talk
Talk
about
about
the
it.
phones being addictive.
Yes.
That happens to
I
me.
mean, I
all
think
the- that-
social
I think
media.
that happens.
Shayla was like, I used to get 10,000 likes. I don't get 10,000 likes.
No, but it's
To become
true.
famous.
It is true because there's a lot of women or younger girls who are on social media and they're
That's
looking
always
like,
based.
yeah,
Like, who cares about the likes, that
likes
you
and
get?
shit. Yeah.
It's about how much you're getting paid to post that.
That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
you're making
Yes,
money.
yes, yes.
Talk about that. I gotta go to the
Talk
rest.
That's
about
why it's
that though.
important. Go through your phone, like do that. Read the 30 pages of the book. You know,
As soon as you wake up,
as soon as you wake up, or like you work
don't
out.
brush
Some
it.
people
Don't brush your
work
teeth.
out.
Don't brush your teeth.
Don't brush your
Wait,
teeth.
I got a book. that
Okay,
I-
you want me
No,
to
I'm
go
trying to.
step by
Give me,
step?
give me your step to step on when you. As
success.
soon as you wake up, you're like, all right, boom. I
Like
just
me?
woke up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously my son wakes me up.
Okay.
Yeah, so my
What
son
time, what
wakes me
time, what
up,
time?
Like 7:30.
7:30. Yeah, I heard of that.
Yep. So like 7:30, he wakes me up. Breakfast for him. He's eating breakfast. I go do what I gotta do, like brush my teeth, whatever, get ready, and then I go in my computer and I start writing my list that I just told you about.
Okay.
I start writing like, workout today. Read 30 pages of my book today.
Oh, shit.
If I have to go see properties like the vacation properties, I say go see the 4 properties, or go see that open house. Go see that. So I write down that list. And then I go take my son to babysitter, and then my day starts, and I start doing everything that list says, and kind of work from there. You gotta be like accountable to yourself,
Ooh,
because
that's
like
big.
if you're writing things down and you want to get that done, be accountable that you want it. You say you were gonna do it, so do it, because that's the only way to grow. Like, I
Thanks.
will, at least I feel like mentality is everything.
So, are you writing down your goals on a whiteboard, or where are
Yeah.
you writing down your goals?
Diary or what?
Yeah, I have a notebook.
Okay.
And I have a notebook that it's kind of blank, so that's where I write down my list. And if I take notes throughout the day, like if I have an idea or something, I write it down so I don't forget it. Stuff like that, Like,
That's fire.
What about you, Shayla?
Yeah. What does Shayla do on the morning? Let's see.
Well, I wake up and take my kids to school. So
What
that's the
time?
first thing I
What
do.
time?
So I wake up at 7. So at 7, I get up, I make breakfast for the kids, I get them ready for school,
That's
and then
fine.
I take them. They have to be there at 8, so both of them have to. So I have to take both of them, and then right after my day starts. So either I organize my agenda as well to either work in the computer, because everything that I do right now is in the computer.
Everything.
So everything that I do right now goes through the computer. So either I sit down 2 to 3 hours to do all my work, and read as well, because I'm starting a book right now,
Oh, what book are you starting?
a stocks book. So it's
Stock.
different, but I recommend.
Oh,
Yeah,
that girl's
I
trying to
wanna
get
learn
into
about
stocks. Are
So-
you getting into stocks long term, or are you getting into
Long term.
option trading?
No, long term. It's just because we have family who does it, so
Oh,
he
damn.
recommended.
Yeah.
Our grandpa does, and he's very successful doing it.
Nice. That's
Shit.
dope.
I need to talk to your grandpa because I've been
Yeah,
wanting
we
to
need
get
to
in
talk to your
stocks.
grandpa.
No
What's
cap.
up? We
No,
need to-
he's very
Speaking for
successful.
hours.
So
I'm-
he
I'm
gave me
down.
advice.
I'm
Like,
down
if
to
you want to
listen.
invest in stocks, you need to invest in this,
This and
in this,
that,
in this.
yeah.
So he said microchips is one big one.
Okay.
Microchip?
And then
Which one? Which one?
Microchips, like the agent, whichever company that will make microchips for phones.
Yes, for phones, microchips,
And then
microchips.
solar energy right now.
Oh,
Because that's hot. That's hitting.
I think
So,
energy in
my
general
grandma-
is
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Is
my
Sebas
grandma
and
gave us
is he
great
a
advice.
Good
You know,
advice.
the S&P 500. You
Of
know?
course.
Yep.
Yep.
Come on,
That's
you know.
awesome.
So we're learning, and I'm like, okay, I gotta wake up. And he's like, don't even invest on anything right now. Make a fake portfolio. Like
Oh
if you
yeah,
invest
paper
it,
trading,
Oh, wow.
write it
paper
down,
trading,
and
paper
then,
trading.
you know,
What's a
you
good
keep checking
What's a
it.
good app that you can do like fake like that, like what you're talking
Fake
about?
I'm doing it on writing, but you know
Yeah.
you can have many apps that do, like Robinhood does that.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I heard of one, but I don't remember.
I do it on paper.
Think
He
or
told me,
swim.
Do it on paper.
Think
'cause
or
my
swim?
grandpa's
Think or
old
what?
style.
Thinkorswim
That's
is
dope.
is the top
That's
one, and then it's Robinhood. Robinhood is like more.
Robinhood is one. There's one
Robinhood
that's
is-
Acorns.
I don't.
too.
I don't
but-
trust Robinhood though. I don't know.
Acorns is more like it's connected to your bank accounts, and it takes a
I'd
out.
rather go to the bank.
The
Oh,
cents.
I'd rather go to the bank and talk to an advisor and tell them, I want to invest $10, $20, $30,000 on.
You can start from less
Something,
too.
Yeah, no, of course, what I'm saying,
No, that's good.
Cuando hay dinero, hay dinero.
But this one, look, this is the one that I was telling
The
you.
the
Oh,
point at
right
the
here.
camera.
Right here?
The Miracle Morning. Zoom in.
This is a great book to start.
Which book is
habit.
that?
Damn.
I honestly believe people should
Because
start
you
reading
have to-
more.
I feel
There's
bad.
so
In the
much.
morning.
There's so much.
And it tells
knowledge.
you have to go work out. You have to meditate. You have to get all your agenda.
It's so
together.
important. It's
Be
so
on a
important.
schedule
Yeah.
because if
Kids.
you're not on a schedule, like I feel like you're just waking up and that's it.
Yeah,
You don't have.
like
yeah.
improvising.
No, I believe people should read a book because, like, bro, even my own clients, like I said, I'm kind of lazy, but I recommend them the book, and I can't believe that, bro. He honestly, when I was cutting his hair, I'm like, wow.
He's a whole different person, huh?
No, the
Mentality.
way he carried himself
Well,
and
if
the way
you're
he was
lazy,
It's
talking.
knowledge,
do
bro.
Audiobooks.
It's knowledge.
Yes.
That's
Do
me.
audiobooks.
Well,
That's
I
me.
hate.
driving.
I
I hate-
That's me. I'm
I
lazy.
listen.
I
okay,
hate
I
reading, I'm
listen to a
sorry.
lot of
Yo.
podcasts.
Driving.
I know, yeah. Like audiobooks are like that's my thing.
That's your thing.
I
yeah.
can't read.
I listen to.
just,
I,
well,
I
can.
listen to
I
a lot
can't
of
read.
podcasts.
I'm not illiterate.
I
I,
do too.
just
I just feel, but the
that's
right
true.
podcast.
Yeah.
Like
What's the right
sometimes in the
podcast?
morning
What's the
I
right
need
podcast?
the
motivation,
Connect
though.
pod.
What's the right podcast?
Okay, but
Dab me up, dab me up, dab me up.
okay,
Shout
so
out the
for the
Connect.
Connect, we call it the Connect. We shout out all the plugs out there because
No cap.
we connect all the plugs together. We're the
No cap.
connection. You
Because-
like that or no?
Because
do.
because
I was like,
I thought of that at dinner the other day.
because you know what, like what, that's why we brought you guys on, because I know in the viewers there's mothers out there that maybe be single,
Connect the community.
and then like we want to get your experience or your example so you can help them out, because what I've noticed is that also like entrepreneurs, a lot of people think, oh well, I have a baby and I can't be an entrepreneur. And just seeing how you guys are, like you guys are out there killing it, like
I just
real estate and stuff
I
like
can't
that.
believe she's 23.
But speak on that. So entrepreneur, right? You're a young woman. You're an entrepreneur. What are some things that like a young woman can do to be an entrepreneur? Like just things that you've learned. You know what I'm saying? What are some things that like credit? Like I think because a lot of people think that they need like $10,000 right off the bat. You think I want to start a business, I need $10,000.
Yeah.
But there's actually like you could just get a credit card.
Yeah, and build up your credit.
Yeah, talk about
As soon as
that.
you're 18, like as soon as you're 18, you can
Even
build your
younger.
credit.
Talk about that.
There's
Talk about
other
it.
ways of building credit.
Talk about it.
When you are 16, 15, you tell your parents to put you in a bill.
Mm.
They start building your credit from an
Yeah.
early age. So when you
When
hit
you're
18,
you have
you
your
already have
credit,
great
yeah.
credit. I didn't know any of this. I had to learn from my mentors.
Yeah.
And like, he was like the first person to us, like, because my mom was not knowledgeable about, like,
For
she
sure.
didn't know anything
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
He was like, it's important to build credit. And I was like,
Yeah.
really? And he's like, yeah, let's take out a credit card right now. It's like, oh yeah, how? He's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. He gave me a website. We took out a credit card together. That's how I started
What's your
building
first? What
credit.
was your first credit card?
I think it was Discovery.
Discovery. Wow.
It was my
Yeah.
first credit card, and they gave it to me. I didn't have to put anything down, and then I went to Wells Fargo, which I was banking with already, and they gave me a secure card of $300.
Now
And
talk about that security card. What is that like?
So a secure card, you go and get it. Let's say if your bank is offering, or any other
Está bien, está
credit
bien.
card union, I guess, is offering you that. You put that money down. So if it's $300, $500, you put them down from your own money, and then you start building credit from
Yep.
that. If everything goes well, they'll give you back the money. You know, once
Oh
you
wow.
start building.
They do.
credit.
They give give it back
they
to
give
you?
it back to you, you know?
Because I've never done a secure credit card, so I wouldn't know what that is.
No, yeah, that's how I built my credit too, and you know, and I have Discovery, I have Capital One, I have Wells Fargo, so I have multiple credit cards now, but
Yeah.
I have to learn.
How many credit cards do you have, if you don't mind us asking?
I have 5.
No,
That's
no,
dope.
no, that's
You
it.
should
You
be
should have
proud.
more. I'm saying you should have more.
But I have
Give
good
me my
credit.
bag.
No,
I
for
have
sure.
good credit. I
Get
had to-
more.
I had to
Ask Brian how
learn
many
the
credit cards he
importance
has.
of
Ask Brian.
credit.
No. Ask Brian how many credit cards he
How
has.
many cards? How many cards? I have
No,
nine.
I want her to ask.
Oh, I
Go ahead.
How many credit cards do you have?
I got
9.
15.
9.
9.
Okay. Use them
15.
wisely.
Oh, of course.
Now,
and then
even
check
for
this
you
out.
two.
Check this out. Tell them what my credit score is. I'm always
Oh my god, this is my 800 friend.
800 credit score. Let's see.
800. This boy got a whole
awesome.
house under his name. Man. He's
Ooh,
good. He's
yeah.
good.
And not only that, you're not using your own money. You're using the bank's
I mean,
money.
I was like, yo, let me use your
That's
money
the
really quick,
smartest
and I
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah,
It was
it is.
bro
Yeah.
in like it was like a week and a half. I built this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
maybe, you know, whatever this costs, you know, with your own cash, instead of investing in that, you can borrow it from the bank.
Bro,
you know,
yeah.
you can put
people-
that money
people-
somewhere else.
There you go.
that's
And it's
making
paying
you
for
money.
itself. It's paid off now, but it's like, thank God.
But yeah, the thing is, a lot of people think that they have to like, all right, in order to start a business, I need to save X amount.
Yeah,
Did,
no.
Which
did,
is like-
did you say how much money it costs you to start your real estate? Because I know, doesn't it cost like?
Oh my
that's right.
How much? I know there's fees. How much is the fee?
A lot of people just think they're like, oh yeah, I want to be a realtor, and they don't understand what it actually costs to be a
Yeah.
realtor. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, for example, the online course was like $100.
$100.
$100 to that's your career already. Like,
That's just the course.
That's just
Hold
a
on.
course.
You know what? What I think we should do is, because I would say you're the realtor here. Start from the beginning. How was your experience? Sorry to cut you. How was
No,
your
you're good.
experience?
What? Yeah. What made you get into real estate? Like
Yeah.
out of everything, you could have done lashes. You could have done nails. You could have done hair,
Yeah.
hair, everything. What made you get into real estate?
So, for example, like the beginning of like when I was like I want to get into real estate was like after I had the baby, I wasn't going to college and I started working. My mom used to clean houses. She cleans houses, so I used to go and I got the job of supervising the houses. So I would supervise the cleaning and everything, and I started seeing those vacation homes, and I was like, holy shit! Like I started like thinking like, how much does it cost to get this vacation home? Like
How many people even think of that,
I
yo?
don't know.
It's
I just
a
started
little
thinking
bit,
like
little
that.
bit, yeah.
I was like, how much does this vacation like rent a week? How much does this vacation home a day? 100%. And I was like, you know what? Like, why am I not like? How much does it cost to? And I started researching online. I was like, how much does it cost to get a real estate license? What do I have to do to get a real estate license? And
Oh
I
my
started
God.
getting into it.
Yeah.
I was working a part-time job while I was getting my real estate license like online. Everything I did online. As soon as I got home, put the baby to sleep, I did everything online. I finished in like 5 months. It took me a little bit longer. Some people do it like in 2 months, but I had a baby and I had another job, so it took me 5 months. But as soon as I got it, I started rolling. You know, I got
Yeah.
it. Obviously, like I said, like $100 for the course, and then it was like $1,000 for the MLS.
Wow.
Like it
MLS.
just depends. Like the MLS depends on like the month that you start your real estate license.
Gotcha.
So like for example, like the high month could be like December, January because of how the market is.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the lower months could be like April and stuff like that, and you pay $500.
Oh,
shit.
So I started in like December, like passing December, and got my MLS like in January.
And there's yearly fees or no?
Once you pay for that whole year, and you renew. Like you got to do like
Every year.
continuation education in 2 years. So I got to do
Oh,
mine in
shit.
2023.
Wow.
But I pay continue education for like.
Because there's
maybe
like new
6
laws
So-
and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So as you were doing all this, how did you, obviously you know you have a sister, how did she help you out through this process, if you
Oh.
want to speak on it?
Yeah, Shayla's always been supportive. Always. It's always been me and her through everything. I feel like since we were little, everything, it's me and her. We're only like 2 years apart, so everything that she did, everywhere she went, I went. I learned
I used
from
to-
her mistakes and everything.
That's a good one, yeah. But I used to take my sister to conventions, like personal
Oh, shit.
growth
I was
conventions at
15 going
17.
to mental. Yeah,
Bro, that's
how to
crazy.
teach about
23, 21. They're
mentality.
only 23, 21.
That's sick.
Bro, oh my
Not a lot of
God.
people are
Like, and I
thinking
was like,
this.
look, you need to learn this. You need
Yeah.
to learn this because that's the mentality I wanted to get her on because my parents didn't. Our parents, well, our dad is more entrepreneur kind of side, you know.
Sure.
But I had to do it because he wasn't here, you know.
Sure.
So like I was like, you gotta get into the
Yeah.
mentality. Like get to a mentality that people are gonna they're gonna reject you. They're gonna say no, and it's okay for them to say no. But you gotta know that after 100 no's, there comes a
You're
yes.
gonna get a yes. Yeah.
You know, and it's the
Bro.
mentality you build on your kids, on your siblings.
Oh
you know,
my
for me.
God.
So since I was 16, I had the mentality I have to learn how to get financial freedom. I have to learn how to make money when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I always told
I
her
don't know
that.
how. I don't
It's
know how
crazy.
yet because I'm 16,
Sure.
but I will learn how to get because I have the resources around me that I can learn. You know?
Financial freedom causes quality of life too.
Yeah.
Because
And
when
it's
you're,
work,
Tell her
I mean,
that.
work
Yeah.
so hard for 5 years so you can live the rest of your life.
because it's unfortunate. There's a
Facts.
lot of
You
there's
sacrifice.
yeah there's a lot of people who work a nine
That's
you know who work a 9 to 5 and they're making X amount, but they're
Yeah.
only making enough to live.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like financial freedom and quality of life. It's like you're able to do things past living.
And
Yeah.
that's
Which
not
is-
what life is about, you know?
Working,
Yeah.
It's not about that.
It's
I
not.
think if you want something, you want to get it, you know? Like, it's like if you really want to buy that fridge, you know, and you're working hard for it, you want to go get it, you know? Working on your dreams on a side hustle, you know, eventually they become your main.
Yeah.
Source.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
for your sister, she said real estate was her side hustle. But for you, what would you recommend to those girls out there who don't really have a side hustle? Like, what would you say is their side hustle that they should do?
Yeah.
Because
Probably based on
like
your
I was
talents.
telling her is like lashes, hair, nails. Like it's like the typical thing that every girl
Yeah.
likes, selling strawberries or something.
Yeah.
Which again, there's nothing wrong with it.
There's
Like
nothing
hustle.
wrong with
It's
it.
like-
I'm a
hustle.
typical girl or not, but I always want, like, I was always in a man's field, if you guys know.
Okay.
Ooh,
Talk about that.
Ooh, how hard was it? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Being
Talk
in a
about
man's
that.
field is kind of hard because you're kind of not accepted all the time. So when I used to go door to door to, sell alarm systems, it was not easy because, but at the same time it is because you're a girl. So people
Yeah,
treat you different,
it's
So
true.
I feel like women who sell have advantage.
Of
Why?
course.
Because
you're a
you're
girl.
You can talk to them nicely. You're a girl. You can, persuade different than a guy.
Yo, Shayla's like credit card or debit? Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys a true story. Like, I
True,
went
true,
door
true.
knocking
Talk about
because
it.
I was making content for my husband, so I was following him with the camera. I was like, we're gonna
Oh,
go solar.
shit.
We're doing a YouTube
Holy
channel. Like, I'm
shit,
doing
bro,
this,
what?
So I was following him the whole entire day for hours, from like 8 in the morning to like nighttime.
Just following him around with the
Following
camera.
him, learning, because I always learn. I love to learn. Yeah. If I can do a closing, I'm gonna do the closing. And so you can teach me solar and I can close, I'm gonna close.
Ooh,
So I
facts.
always
You're a
be
closer?
Like that. Yeah, of course, 100%.
Oh my God.
When I used to be in the company that I was for
Yeah.
telecommunication for alarms,
It's fun.
it's
It's like a rush because
Yeah,
I do
it's
sales.
exciting.
I do car sales.
Correct.
So
Okay.
oh my God. So I
I love
yeah,
it.
I love
Yeah,
I
you
love
like
closing.
it.
If you ever need a
Oh my
Lamborghini,
God.
shout out Alex.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys,
Exotics?
yeah, Lamborghinis,
sells
Ferraris,
exotic
Rolls
cars.
Royces, Range Rovers, anything good,
I think
Escalade,
Shayla in 5 months is
Range-
gonna go to you.
Range
Shayla-
Rover is
Range
what-
Rovers,
any
anything.
I want a
exotic car.
Lamborghini Urus, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
Shayla in
I
5
got-
months.
you.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm speaking into existence.
If you didn't see our giveaway,
Shayla-
we had a Lambo Urus.
Yeah, Shayla in
I
5
saw it.
months is gonna get it. Watch.
Hit
I'm
me up.
speaking
I
into
got you.
existence.
because then you gonna pick us up.
I'm
and
gonna close
You're
on you.
gonna pick
Though.
us
I'm gonna
up.
close on you though.
We'll see about that. But I was being, I guess, not a typical girl because I like that. I wanted
Yeah.
to be in a man's field. I wanted to be valued as a woman.
sure, yeah.
Because I had to always be like, for example, if I had to present, something, talk about something, it was always man. I was the only girl,
Yeah.
So I had to learn my way into it. I had to really work hard for it. But I'm thankful for all the mentors that I had that as a man, that helped me grow my self-esteem too. Because you gotta
Yeah.
feel confident as a
Yeah.
woman to be in that field. Because if
For
you
sure.
can sell, you can sell.
Yeah.
Sell anything. If you can sell a pen, you can sell anything.
You can.
Correct. So what would you? So let me ask you this: what do you think is more important, selling or closing? Right?
Closing.
You gotta
Closing.
close.
It doesn't
You gotta
matter
close,
if you
bro.
don't close. Like you can
Yeah.
sell something.
You can
Yeah.
try to sell, but if you don't
No.
close,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be
exactly.
honest with you, right? So I used to work at Infinity of Sarasota, which is in Clark Road. I didn't know anything about these cars. Nothing. Like if you'd ask me like what's the any fucking thing about these cars, I didn't know shit about it. But I know how to close you.
That's
And it's
facts.
just because all you had to do is just sit down in front of me and be like, okay, I will find out the reasons why you want this car.
Yep.
Tell me why you want it, and I will tell you why this
Have this
compliments
car.
you.
No.
Yeah.
100%. And look, that's what goes back to the story that I told
You don't have to
guys,
know
like,
shit about anything you sell as long as you know why they want to fucking buy.
Yeah.
Find out why they want to buy it. What's their need? Safety, fucking reliability. Whether it's just
New.
payment. If you just want payment, you want me to close you on payment? I'll close you on fucking payment. I don't care.
You gotta know your customer.
Yeah, you gotta know your customer. You gotta figure out your
know
customer.
What hurts them, you
Yeah.
know, what is empowering them, what they want,
What they
their
wanna hear.
dreams
What they
are.
want to hear, yeah. If you want to buy this car just because you want to fit your kids in here,
Okay, then here,
this
I'll
is
show
the
you the
biggest.
car.
This is the biggest fucking car you'll ever buy.
show
You
you
won't
the
buy
car,
another
yeah.
biggest car. Yeah, I'll show you the biggest car we have. If you want to close on payment, I'll show you the most expensive or the least car that you have, but that still has some luxury in it. It's just closing is so important. Nobody, I
You
mean,
have to agree with the customer.
Yeah.
Like, the customer might be wrong, but you agree with them. Okay, no, I want this to be like this and like that. Okay, yeah. Of
Yeah.
course, we can make it like that.
yeah,
you
you're
know?
out of your mind. You're
agree
crazy. You
with
don't
the
know what you're
customer.
talking about.
Yeah.
You don't know
agree
what you're
with them,
talking
and then
about.
You teach them, but
Yeah.
you teach them in a way that
That they
you
can learn.
realize They
Yeah.
learn, and you agree.
You gotta speak their language.
Yes, you have.
100%.
I love-
Like,
I love
was telling you the
sales.
story.
Yeah, you are.
Regarding when I went door, knocking
Yeah.
for solar, door knocking is the hardest thing ever.
It's not easy.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not an easy job. So going there and then, just
You're
because
selling
I'm a
on people who
girl,
have
and
no
I was
idea they're being
recording,
sold
I
on.
wasn't even speaking.
Yeah.
I was like, hi, good afternoon. The guy's like, oh,
Yeah.
Then he started paying attention. Then he started asking me about the camera. And I'm like, yeah, can we go in? Of course you can come in. Boom. Like it's so easy for you to, when you're a woman, to practically have the customer agree with you more than
That's very
You
true.
have him in
Yeah.
in your hand, basically.
you
At
just
that
teach
point,
them about the product that you sell. And if you know enough about the product that you sell, you can sell anything.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Girl
Ew.
privilege.
So-
Girl,
Girl privilege.
Girl privileges.
Girl privilege.
Yeah.
But
If,
how,
like-
how did you learn all that? You had a mentor, of course, right?
I have multiple mentors, and I told
Multiple-
my sister the same thing. I was
Yeah.
like, you always have to have a mentor. I had my first mentor, was in the technology company that I work with, telecommunications. Should I say names? No.
No,
No names,
names,
no
no
names.
names.
Just yeah.
I had multiple mentors throughout the way, and the main person, was my husband. He taught me how to sell,
Good.
and like. That's what it is, I can sell anything that I want to, and if I want to work whatever I want to for sales, I can.
So would you sell like I'm sorry, would you tell the people who are watching like maybe because sometimes like especially again, it sucks to say, but we go back to we're Hispanic, so sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard because we know everything, so sometimes it's hard for us to like say, oh, you know what, we need to learn from this other person. What can you tell the girls that are probably watching? What would you recommend them? Like who would you recommend they talk to, or how can they get mentors?
To be honest, right now that everything is super easy online, you
Yeah.
can be mentored by anybody you want. If you want something that's more personal, maybe you can reach out to that person.
Yeah.
And have like one-on-ones.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd love to get mentored by Grant Cardone. I watch his
Oh,
videos.
shit.
I love him.
Grant
I told-
Cardone,
I told my
yeah.
husband, you're gonna do interviews with him, and I'm gonna be right there because I absolutely love him. His
Yeah.
wife, I absolutely love her because she teaches you how to be an asset as a woman. How
Wow.
your value is.
That's
Elena
important.
Cardone, you guys gotta hear the book, the podcast. I absolutely love her, So like it gives you value with everything. But
So let me ask you this: you just touched that subject about a woman, how to be an asset. Like, can you speak a little bit more about that?
How can a
Yeah.
woman be an asset?
well, if you're in a relationship, you can obviously be an asset because you're doing your own thing, and at the same time, you're also supporting.
Mm.
Support is a big thing from it.
Yeah.
It really is.
If your husband is doing good, you gotta support.
Yeah.
You gotta help him because guess what? There's things that he cannot do,
Yeah.
and there's things that you can. So whatever he cannot accomplish, you gotta do that part. You gotta be
Wow.
the support. Because if you're the support, in a building, you need supports.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those supports, they'll fall out. So
Yeah.
your husband can not do everything for
Wow.
himself.
Yeah.
So you gotta be the support, the asset.
What do you say for those women who like kind of don't have that mentality? Like for an example, because you say, and it,
I don't know, like at 15, were you thinking the same thing? What made you shift over? Like,
What's the
give him,
shift?
give him
Well, if I-
advice. Like, yo, think about yourself, think about your future, or like, what do you read this
Well,
book?
When
okay,
you're
so
young.
when you're young, it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
shift
is
a mindset. But the thing is that you learn. If you're right now listening, to people and you're interested of being a better self,
Yeah.
becoming a better
Work on
person,
That's like the
yourself.
first step.
you
Yeah.
gotta learn from other people, if you're
Yeah.
constantly watching them, what they do. But I think that obviously everybody has a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever your dream is, you work towards that no matter what people
Yeah.
tell you. Because I learned that nothing is impossible in life if you
Yeah.
really put yourself to doing it,
100%.
I mean, come on. Brian can tell you about it, Didn't you have a dream of having maybe the
barbershop.
barbershop.
But how long did it
barbershop.
take you to take that,
You're
to do
20.
that?
It took me 8
You are
months.
young in terms
But
of-
even
me
talking
8
about
months.
that,
It took
but
me 8
take,
months.
but even talking about that being 8 months, right? It took you 8 months. I mean, how old are you, Brian?
23.
You're only 23 years old, bro. There's how many there's people I know, bro, who are past 23 who want to own their own barbershop,
don't
who
know.
don't.
I
Because they just don't have the knowledge.
I don't want to say no names, but
No, you don't have to
off
say names.
camera I'll say names, but it's like, bro, I know they can open if they were to open a
only they
barbershop
knew.
before I opened up a barbershop, I would have been there. I would have been there. I would have been there right there next to them,
It's
building
just
that
the
barbershop.
mentality.
Isn't that crazy, bro? Isn't that
That's
crazy?
the shift of mentality.
It's
that
the
when you
mentality.
have
Isn't that crazy?
And
Yeah.
do you think that, bro? It's honestly looking at those motivational videos, bro. I listen to a lot of motivation when I ride home. I don't want to listen to music, bro. It's 6. I cut hair at like 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. Like I want to listen to something else besides
Yeah.
music. So it's like I'm
Wow.
listening to these podcasts,
Yes.
and I'm like, yo, I mean. I still haven't sat back and still haven't like looked at everything that I've done, but it's like I don't think I've done like how you said Sebas, he made like that much money in like a week or two, and I
Sales is
haven't
crazy.
sat back and I'm like, yo, it's a lot of things that I've done, but it's
Yeah.
like I still don't feel like I'm there
But you
yet.
can't be so hard. So what I would say is that, if you're young, you can't be so harsh on yourself because every day you're learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every day
Is a learning day, yeah,
What
of
did I do wrong
course.
today?
Yeah.
Did I do something that I didn't like? Like, did I do something wrong that maybe if I switch that, I could make more money that day today? Like you gotta
Well, I have
analyze yourself.
I have a really important question. Like, okay, so you're working on yourself, but what about your partner? How do you keep him happy?
How?
Because like me, I'm really busy, but I want to make my girlfriend really happy. Like,
And
because you teach her the mentality.
Yeah.
You tell
Okay.
them we both have a goal,
Yeah.
right? We both want to be at
both wanna achieve
$100,000 a
Talk-
year.
yeah, talk about that. Talk about that, yeah.
Okay, so we both want to be at $100,000, a year. How are we gonna do that, baby? Let's write down the goals
Yeah.
of this year. No, actually, let's write down the short-term goals,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
long-term goals,
and we do.
and
every
and
month,
You guys gotta
every
both be-
month.
Which is really
right, but
good.
with a partner, you have to be accountable. You have to be like, okay, baby,
Yeah.
we didn't do this month.
What
How
are
are we
we
gonna
gonna do?
change it
Yeah.
to be like that next month?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have to constantly be accountable of each other because hey, nobody's perfect. We're all humans, so we might lack a month. We might like 2 days. We
Yeah.
might
Everyone.
lack. And it's
Yeah.
okay to lack.
It's becoming
You
an
need a
asset as a
break.
woman.
But as
Yeah.
long as
Yeah.
you like counting yourself accountable and be like, okay, like this month I didn't do what we wanted to do, but let's do it next month.
Next
like,
month, yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a couple,
You
both
t-
working towards
Yeah.
a goal. For example,
You
you're
touched a
saying,
good subject.
we both gotta make, $100,000. We gotta do it, baby, no matter what.
Yeah.
She's working on herself. You're working on yourself. Like it all counts. Every little step.
Wow,
It might.
that's true.
It might
Building.
be a
It's just
process of-
building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, and the
And-
little accomplishments are gonna be like for
But you have to count
yeah.
them though.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yes.
people are hard on themselves. Like young people are hard on themselves.
What's
Sometimes-
the quote, Brian?
Which one?
The quote that I put. It's like don't underestimate what you can do in 1 year. But
1
don't.
year.
What is it?
Which one?
I wrote it
About
down.
the 5 years? About the 5
Yeah.
years?
Right.
Good, bro. In 5 years, you can do a lot of things.
Yeah, there's-
and
Yeah, for
and
sure.
people don't look at 5 years ahead. They only look like next week,
Yeah,
2
no,
weeks,
that's
3
why it's
weeks,
important
4
to
weeks.
Write your goals down.
Bro, write down your goals,
and
and when you write down your goals, if
Yeah.
you don't accomplish that goal, I put it on to the next month. But then it's like you have to
That's how you know.
accomplish it.
We all
Yeah.
want to talk.
yeah.
He's like, oh, go. I'm tagging you in.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta raise your hand.
No, but you know what? It's so funny because just talking about this subject, it's so crazy because you touched on it. Sometimes, like I feel like sometimes we, and I'll be honest with this podcast. Like everybody knows, like it's us four. We're kind of talking about this.
There's
podcast.
5 people here.
There's-
Now
Yeah.
that's 4.
And I feel like sometimes I'm super hard on the guys, like even Alex
Yeah.
and Brian, like, and because I'm like, yo, we need to do this, we need to post at this time, we need to do that, but because sometimes you need to feel accountable, like,
Yeah.
and I think in today's generation, that's probably one of the things that people fall or lack of is
Yeah.
like you have to hold yourself accountable, like
Yeah.
like you're like we're starting this podcast. And I'm already comparing myself to like I'll just give an example like the Note Boys. Even though the Note Boys have been around more and they have way more money than we
10
do,
years.
but I hold myself or us accountable because I want to be at that level. Because I feel like if we don't hold ourselves accountable, then it's easy to be like, oh well, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay for this to happen. It's okay
Yes.
for that
And
to
that's a
happen.
mentality because at the same
is.
time, I lost the train of thought.
Oh, about holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at the same time, you besides holding yourself accountable, you gotta tell yourself, I gotta do this because discipline beats talent. You
Discipline,
guys might be
discipline,
talented. You
discipline,
guys might be very
discipline.
talented 'cause all you guys have
Yeah,
talent.
motivation will die, but
But
consistency will.
discipline.
Hold on. Say that one more time. Say that one more
That is so
time.
important.
Motivation will die by consistency. Won't.
Bro,
Oh my
so like
God.
that's bro, no cap.
Oh
Like,
my
I like
God.
going to Miami because it like refreshes my mind. I'm like, yo, that 23-year-old kid has like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I don't have Lamborghini.
Yeah. But at least you know, like, I want to be there. And that's why it's so important to write your goals down, because, like, those little things are you're working towards your big goal. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter where you are, where you were. Like, it matters where you're going to be.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's
So
But at the
speak
same
on
time,
that.
You gotta appreciate yourself.
Yeah. So look, I have this
That's-
quote.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Because
Yeah.
we
I
might struggle with that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
appreciating
like,
yourself. I have not sat back down and then be like,
You
yo,
have
what
to,
have-
bro.
Tired
You
of
have to.
And that
You have
and no
to.
thing.
You have done.
Shout out to Alex. He's told me, he's like, bro, have you sat down and like talked to
Yeah.
yourself and be like, yo, look at what you have accomplished. And I'm
Bro.
like, I have not.
He's
I
fucking
have-
23 years old.
Yeah,
You
you
got
have
it,
the
man.
bar-
But
barbershop.
like
My
how you
God.
said Sebastian hasn't sat down and like
the
told
same
himself
thing,
like
yeah.
I'm in the same room as him. Like
Because it keeps you hungry.
It does.
Like,
It keeps you
yeah,
hungry.
yeah,
It
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
you
Kind of
humble.
like sit down and
Talk
look
about
at
it.
the sales you
Yeah.
made this 2 weeks.
You have to appreciate that
You're
because if you
amazing.
Or you
overlook
compare
it,
yourself
yeah.
with, like, where you were 2 years ago.
Only
Yeah.
And
and
now-
just
if I
and look,
if
so
I do
listen.
that, it's
Yeah.
a huge
Like,
comparison.
Look,
but
there's
if
this
I'm like
quote.
if I sit back, I'm like
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't done
There's
enough.
this
Like
quote,
how,
look.
how Sebastian is like I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't done enough.
Look, there's
That's
this
good, you know?
look, there's this quote. Look, and it says most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important because some people just like they want to start something and they want to be successful so fast.
Yeah.
But it's like relax. All right, take your small little victories and look at it in the long term and just be like, look, what you can't do in 1 year. Look at it in a 5-year span.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to be fucking successful tomorrow.
Right.
You know, and it's not gonna happen tomorrow.
And it's a process.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can
fucking
start-
process.
You can start today
takes
for what you
time.
want to do tomorrow.
Yeah,
Which is so
and there is
important.
nothing
like,
wrong with that.
And you have
Yeah.
to take it day to day because I
Yeah.
think social media nowadays paints a picture.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh,
Like,
Thank you for
okay,
saying
You
that.
have to be
everybody-
successful right
Everybody's
away.
wealthy. We're all having,
Oh my
you
God,
know.
everybody's
You're
having
pulling up in a
money.
Lambo truck, like,
we
no,
all
no,
drive
no.
a Lambo, we all
No,
drive-
yeah.
They're
we
doing
all have
giveaways in a Lambo?
brands.
Nobody represents
Well, that's
But
personal
nobody talks about
branding.
the struggle of, like, what you have to do every single day to be there. you
For
know?
sure, for sure.
It takes time and
It takes a lot of
And
time.
and,
and
and
effort.
and talking about that, I think it's crazy because we all love success, right? We all like to be inspired
Yeah.
by like people who we see. But sometimes, like you're right, we don't catch ourselves in the same boat. Like sometimes there's people that are already at the success level, and there's people that are about to start their success
Yeah.
level. And I feel like sometimes we fall, and this is why I wanted to ask you guys, especially you guys. You guys are young entrepreneur girls. How do you guys deal with the girl to girl hate? Because I'm sure there's girls out there who, again, every girl, just like guys, everybody should support each other. But I feel like sometimes there's girls who, because
They
they,
be
become
hating.
envious,
They're like,
or
yo,
girl-
Shayla's doing
girls-
ACN.
Yeah,
she's,
girls are
like,
more.
doing
Yeah,
this
no,
and
you're right.
that.
Girls are
That's
more.
where, like, as girls, like, you don't have a lot of friends sometimes because, like,
Oh.
you take away from, like, when you have a bad, like, negative vibe towards you, then, like, you're trying to grow and you want them to grow with you, but if they're not at the same pace as you, then, like, what do? You gotta leave them behind. You gotta
Wow.
keep chasing your dreams, and eventually people that are, like, trying to go where you want to go are gonna come to that circle, you know. And that's why sometimes you have a small circle, because you're trying to work towards a goal, and some people don't have that same mentality.
Of course.
So sometimes you just don't pay attention to that negativity because it's you versus you, not like you versus another girl, you know? I like my point of view, and I know Shayla, we always want to see other people win. So, like, you know, and if you ask me questions, like some people DM me about real estate, and I give them everything I know because I want them to be successful.
Yeah,
I
you
want
don't
them
wanna
to
hold
do
back.
something. No, because, like, why? You know, I want you to shine too. You know, everybody has their own, like, road.
That's one thing
Wow.
about this podcast. Like, right now, last podcast we did, we were like at 300 and something, 20 something followers. Boom, we're at 550.
Yeah,
Which is
Now,
like
this
bro,
one, I'm,
from like,
I'm saying that right
boom.
now we're gonna be at 1,000.
No, we are. We're gonna be.
It's
gonna be
it's so
1,000.
But
instant.
it's
Like
consistency.
it's
You
crazy.
guys keep posting.
Yeah.
Every day, 2 days
Shout
of
out to
post.
shout out to Krikri. Yo, for sure. Like oh my god, like the consist.
Bro,
And look,
give
I'll
it,
tell
give
you
it,
what.
give it less than a year. Like we're saying a year,
Yeah.
but some people are like, oh, it's a year.
This guy, like, let me tell you something. This guy started a new job. This guy's like working from fucking, bro, like not even a 9 to 5, bro. Fucking like 12 hours a day, and he still comes home and he fucking grinds. And he's doing these videos and he's always consistent. Shout out to Creaky for real, because it's just, That consistency
he
is
sees
just
the bigger picture.
Yeah, he
That's
does,
what I'm
and
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I think for me,
A lot
like,
of people don't see the bigger
No,
picture.
and you have to. It's so
You have
fucking
to.
They see
important.
the picture in the moment.
Yeah, that's why somebody like, oh, I can't start a business. Why not? You
Yeah.
know, like, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
exactly. You know, let me touch some about that again. I'm not like trying to like what do they call like tweak my own horn.
No,
and
no, but
whatnot.
do it, but do
But-
it, but do
but
it,
like-
but do it, bro.
But tweak it for me.
Tweak it
Yeah,
out
no, but do it,
yourself.
bro.
Yeah.
But like this is so crazy because we've been doing this, all right? I feel like you gotta kind of be part of the team. You gotta play your role, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people get discouraged because they're like, oh, well, I work this much, right?
Yeah.
And again, for example, myself, like I know I have to do so much. So lately, I've been waking up like at either at 5 or 6 in the morning because I have to edit the videos to post because. Like you said, you see the vision. Like I'm already seeing the vision for this podcast, for all this, because it's like you have to kind of like lay it out and again expect a lot from you. Like so, this is why this is a little bit like of maybe my flaw that I demand a lot from me and from everyone else.
Yes.
And again, I always I want to apologize because sometimes like with the boys,
Nah, bro, don't
I
apologize.
message them like, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like what's going on? Like where are these things? Where is that? Because I obsess for this, even though we're not where we want to be, but I feel like sometimes like you have to obsess and you have to like kind of like see the vision
Yeah.
for it to come true, because if not, then you would just fall like in the category of everybody. Like
Yeah.
everybody out here wants to make it, but not everybody makes it.
Yeah.
And
100%.
And like not everyone is willing to sacrifice.
Ooh. No, not everyone
Because
is.
You guys got to where you want to be because there was nights that you maybe you cried about it. Maybe
Oh
you
my
thought,
God, yeah.
Oh my God, I really want this, but I can't get to it. But it takes work, and I have to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what.
Not only that,
you
but
know?
me and you, we have the same 24 hours. Me and you, we have the same 24 hours. Me
Yeah.
and you, we have the same 24 hours.
What do you do with those 24 hours?
What you do with your time is your own time, and there's a reason you're where you're at, and there's a reason where you're at, and there's a reason where you're at.
Yeah.
What
And-
you do with your time
Yeah.
is what matters.
And you know what? I'm gonna clip this. So, in these past few weeks, right? I'm gonna clip this. A lot of people have messaged me and have said, you know what, Christian, you have changed. Like you have become
Hold on.
this person.
Can I not message him, but they told me who is not him.
So they
They told me, yo, Christian has changed. Christian is different. Christian acts different now. No, he just grew and developed into
grew.
something
Yeah,
new.
Yeah.
Just because you're stuck in your own ways from
Doesn't
a year
mean-
ago,
yes.
6 months ago. Bro, every month you should be changing.
Yeah, you
Think
have
about
to.
something new.
Every
Accomplish
day
your
you
goal.
can
If you
learn
accomplish
something
your goals every month, you're somebody new.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and what I want to do is, there's friends out there that I do want to apologize. Like, hey, I don't hang out with them. I don't message them. I don't do this. But like, honestly, between the podcast, my personal life, the Bulls, like the side business that we have, like it consumes time.
Yeah, sometimes
like
you gotta sacrifice.
people don't realize, like, I would love to go to the club with them. I would love to go to dinner with them.
Talk
I would
about
love to
that.
do
Talk about that
stuff. But
shit.
like for example, Brian and I, we work Saturdays and Sundays, and we and we're thankful
Yeah.
that we have partners that are there with us. Like they're there.
Spend $300 or make $300.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. And
Yo.
I would love
700.
to
700,
be right, that's something. I would love to be out there like clubbing with him. I would love to like eat dinner with him. I would love to be out there in the soccer fields with him. But like you just can't. Like you
No,
can't, because we're working to be like financially free.
Yeah.
And that's like
100%.
that's a sucky thing. And again, I don't flaw them for them, because like I was there. Like I enjoyed playing soccer. I enjoyed doing this. And like it sucks because people think that I'm a dick because I don't want to hang out with them. But it's not that I want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
It's just like I want to give my family, my friends, the best version of me.
For sure.
And the best version of me is like I have to work right now. I have to go out there
Right
and
now.
sell. I have to go make sure like I get my money. I give you guys the best Christian. I give the Bulls the best Christian. Like I have
Yeah.
to make sure I get the people around me the best Christian, because if not, then like whenever I mean, I'm not gonna die because because technology and science and stuff like that. Well, watch me die, right?
Nah.
but
No.
right,
Last
like-
week
No,
you were
no,
saying
no,
he's not
no,
here
don't
no
say
more.
that, bro.
but like
He's straight.
if like the one thing I always said is, in my funeral, I want my funeral to be the biggest party.
Yeah,
Like the biggest party, because
For sure.
like whenever I die, again, no, like whenever I die, I want everybody to be there and be like, you know what? he when I was with him,
Gave
he
it his
gave
all.
the
Nah, he
all,
gave it his
like
all.
either money wise,
Damn.
funny
Yeah.
wise,
Yeah.
like anything.
Damn, bro, I want to give you a hug right
And
now.
the right people, the right people.
Jaripeo.
Un jaripeo.
Shayla will be there to tell Shayla how it went.
but that's
No,
kind.
but for real, like some people won't see what you're trying to do,
That's
but
very true.
the people who do are gonna like.
People who
Christian's
love you and appreciate you.
yeah.
Right.
Christian's working on like his goal, you know, like his dream.
Yes.
and the
And-
real,
no,
your
no.
real friends will appreciate.
No,
that.
no,
So
for sure.
And they will support
Christian
you.
bro, no cap. Christian motivates me. He's like, yo, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. I gotta do these clips because whatever you talked about here, he has to go through.
Yeah.
Look at what you guys
He's
said.
looking at everything. We're looking
Flip
at
it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that takes, bro. He's married. Like he's.
Yeah.
It's a whole different other. Now that's a whole nother field. Like. He has
100%.
not only does he
Yeah.
have to take care about the podcast,
Yeah, he has to juggle
make sure
everything. Yeah,
his
gotta
make
juggle
sure his he's throwing up his wife and he's doing the
Yeah.
podcast and he catches her back up and he's like,
yeah.
but no, it's a lot of time consuming thing.
But
I
listen,
appreciate
yeah, for
Christian.
sure. I appreciate Christian a lot. But like, listen, to end it, like, let's just say they didn't fucking hear a fucking thing we just said.
Yeah.
What's our last moment? Like, what's the last thing or what's the last advice that you would tell these women, 17 years old, young like you, whether they have a kid or
16,
not,
17.
16, 17, starting off their life? One advice that you would give them. Go ahead.
Invest in yourself, first of all, like literally invest in yourself. Learn as much as you can. Read books, watch podcasts, motivate yourself every day, you know, health wise, mentally wise. Like all of that will get you to your actual goal, you know. Write down your goals, write down what you want to do in this month, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and count yourself like accountable. Be accountable to yourself, you know, that's the most important part. And just don't forget where you want to be. And I mean, basically, like, yeah, work for that every single day, you know?
What about Shayla? What do you?
Last
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shayla, that's hard to come back from.
from.
Last advice right now.
They didn't hear anything you just
If you,
said.
no, not
Yeah.
only
That everybody goes through stuff, and you might be going through things, but
Hell yeah.
it might be dark right now, but there's always a light after.
Hey.
So like whatever your dream is, you go and chase it because nobody is gonna tell you you cannot do it. Like my sister says, you know, you gotta go write down your goals. You know, whatever makes you happy. If you're talented, you have a hobby that you would like to make it a business. It's worth
Yeah.
your time investing on it every single day, even if it's 2 hours a day. You're working towards something. Don't get caught up in the rat race. A 9 to 5.
Oh
you
my
know, like,
God.
she had the right word.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
come on. We are caught up in a rat race
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, how do I get out
Yeah.
of this? You know, like we're not born to pay bills and survive.
Come on.
We're born to literally do whatever we want to do.
We each
all
have a gift.
talents.
Yeah.
We all have gifts.
We
that
all
we're
have
born
Everyone.
with.
Everybody.
Impossible.
Every
Nothing's
single.
impossible.
God gave us
Find it.
gifts,
Yeah.
so you gotta
What's
go
that?
and chase
Yeah.
it.
What's that
So-
quote that you said? We'll finish off with this. What's that quote that you said? Like something about you gotta love yourself
Discipline?
before.
Oh, you gotta love yourself before you love somebody else.
Yeah. Love yourself. Love yourself.
hot.
Love your fucking
100%.
self.
Before we leave, let's name what everybody's gift is. Do you know what your gift is? Have you found your gift?
Ooh.
Are you still?
Or are you
finding
still
your-
finding
finding
your
it?
gift?
Which is
I think
okay.
I work on it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Because I know I can help people. I love to help
Yeah,
people.
that's what I think.
Like,
That's what
right?
it is.
Like I
Yeah.
love to
love
help
it
people.
too.
Whenever people are happy, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
It might sound a little corny, but I
Yeah.
love to help people. When people are happy,
Yes.
I'm happy. I love
Yeah.
to see people succeeding. I will help you regardless. You know, I learned so much.
This
I invested
podcast.
a ton of money
Yeah.
Yeah.
on personal growth myself,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be a better woman. So if you're struggling, if something's going on, you know, if maybe you're going through depression, you're going through things, you don't know where to, you know, what to do with your
Or
life.
where to start.
I can help, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm always an open person about that. I
Yeah.
went through it. I can help you go through it as well. So
Yeah.
Facts.
What about you, Mide, yeah?
What about you,
I mean,
Mérida?
nothing's impossible. Like she said, you know, like being able to know, like get out of that dark place and see that light, like at the end of the tunnel, it's everything. Because once you start seeing where you want to be, nothing can stop you. It's you versus you every single day. You know, like nobody else can stop you. Nobody,
For
whatever
sure.
people say or anything, it's you. You're the one that has to do the work. Nobody will do the work for you.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to be somewhere in or like whatever goal you have, you know, like you can achieve it if you really put the work into it and like change your mentality about everything.
And after you being
For
on
sure.
this podcast, what do you think we should work on?
Yeah.
What do you think
Don't
we
be
we
so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
You guys are being hard on yourself. You guys are being
Fist bump,
accountable, which is
Brian.
number one. And guess what? I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Discipline beats talent. You guys
Discipline.
are talented already.
Discipline.
But you guys have discipline.
Which is
And
really
that's
good.
like something that you guys need to apply to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Take day by
I am
day.
hard.
You
For
know,
sure.
like
I am hard
there's
on-
there's people
There's people that see you and be like, oh my god, like Brian.
I want to be like
I wanna
them,
be
you
like
know?
that.
Yeah.
And you guys are so hard on yourself because you guys are so young and you guys are doing the things that you're supposed to do. You guys are in track
Yeah.
of that person that you guys want to be.
Everybody has his own time, you know. Like it's not gonna be overnight. And
Yeah.
you gotta remember
it takes
that.
time.
For
That's
sure.
what
You gotta
I tell
remember that.
all of them. I'm like, yo, it's gonna take time.
It takes time.
Give it a year, 2 years.
I don't-
2 years sounds like a long time.
But it's not.
I need it
But
now.
as fast
Bro.
time goes by,
Bro, 2 years
blink.
ago, I was out there like.
I need my
just-
results now.
Blink of an eye.
yeah.
No,
Don't blink.
but you know what's funny though? But again, I do want to apologize to the guys because again, it's a team.
Ah, no, you're
But no,
straight, bro.
not a
It's
team.
straight,
But it's
bro.
like
No,
again,
no, no,
like
no, no.
me personally, I demand a lot
Yeah.
from this. But we're like
2
we're
months
what?
into this, bro.
We're 2
We're only
months.
2
We're
months.
literally 2 months.
Realistically.
and we're
look
killing
at-
it.
yeah.
We're really
Yeah, no,
killing
we
it.
really are.
But
We're 550 followers right now. I want to look back at it when we're at 10,000. We're like, yo, we were talking about 550.
Yeah, you
Which
guys
is
were right.
Shayla's at 25,000.
We're already at-
I know,
right?
Shayla's sitting at like 50,000 right now.
She
At
looks
this time of the
yeah,
moment,
she
she's
looks
like, yo,
like-
I got 50,000 followers.
Yeah,
All
she
right,
was like
10,000,
10,000.
There was-
That's
when she
cute.
was-
Like
When she got 1,000, she would never thought she would be here. In
25,000.
That is true. That's what I was saying.
would
You
You're
know,
right.
I'm working towards another goal. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let me hit 5,000.
Advice, but
Let me see
advice,
what
yeah.
partnerships I can get. You know, like that's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you guys. You guys gotta
Takes
work
time.
For
day
sure.
by
It
day
takes
by
time.
day.
For sure. Well, anyway, guys, this has been
Wow.
great. This is the Connect
What-
fucking podcast.
what a great
Connect
podcast. What a great
Yeah,
podcast.
Seriously.
really was.
Lastly,
Thank
go
you
ahead.
for having us.
Yeah, Instagrams.
so much.
Yeah.
Let them know where people can find you
Yes.
again. It's important. Instagram.
My Instagram, Mimi G Nunes.
Mimi G Nunez.
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
My name is not as cool as her, but
You made my nickname.
Mimi, that's your nickname? Or what is
That's
it?
my
Mimi
nickname. Mimi.
so Shayla Angel _.
Angel.
Underscore on my
Don't forget
sister, but-
don't forget the angel. Don't forget the angel underscore.
No, but yo, shout
you
out
for
to everybody
having
who's
us, for
watching
sure.
and
Yeah.
everybody that's been on.
For sure.
To all your friends, to everyone.
Yo.
But yo, shout out to Christian, shout out to Alex,
Shout out Edson.
behind
Yo, yo,
the camera.
Shout out Edson does what fucking ever. Shout out Edson does whatever. He's behind the camera, behind the scenes. That's the guy. I'm telling
Edson
you.
created whatever.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Edson
He really
did
did. No
create that.
cap.
Shout out
There'd be no
Edson.
Brian does whatever if there was
It
no
wouldn't
Edson
be.
does whatever. No cap.
Shout out to Essie.
Shout out for all the photography pictures. Hit up my boy. But anything,
Yes.
this is us. We are
So-
Connect Podcast.
So, but wait, hold on. Before
he
we
had
finish,
one more question.
Before we,
One
no,
more
no, no,
question.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
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 no.
no. Before we finish, thank you guys so much for like the support on TikTok, on Instagram. We will be doing
Another giveaway.
Another giveaway.
1,000 followers.
So we'll be doing $500 or $500 worth of something. Because I know it's
You guys didn't participate,
Yeah.
but next giveaway,
We
you guys
can.
should participate.
Yeah,
we
got
sure
to.
will.
because you know what, right now we're going through a hard time, like people going through like the hurricane and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying we're wealthy, I'm not saying but God has, or we have been
Blessed us.
Well,
blessed us.
Not only that, we're giving our hard-earned money away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
We put
like,
in
yeah.
our
own
own
money.
hours,
Yeah,
our own
hours.
time
Yeah,
to
this
give away
isn't-
to you guys. And
Our
as
last
you can see,
giveaway,
after
$300.
$300, like yo, that's
we don't have
that's not too
sponsors,
much, but it's
But I mean,
like,
it's like, who's gonna hand you $300?
well, no. Well, if we should have
You can
recorded.
bless somebody's life,
Of
though, with
course,
your
with like the guy who came in early and picked up his $300, he said he's gonna give it away to his mom.
Wow,
Look
like
at that.
Can you hear that? Like,
Yeah,
Because
like,
we
you're
blessed,
blessing
yeah,
somebody.
we
Bro,
blessed him.
yes.
He's blessing his mom through blessings and blessings and blessings. Just man, it's just.
but it's the truth. It's the honesty. It's like, what else
Yeah.
do you want?
It's
Yeah.
the connect.
It's the connect.
Shout out to all the plugs out
Yeah,
there
shout out
watching.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
On that.
Shout out all the
You got it, bro,
plugs.
got it.
Thank you,
Good
thank
stuff.
you. We are the
No.
Connect Podcast. Thank you, everybody.
Shout
We
out.
out.
Thank you.
Peace.